one of my favorite verses in the entire book of Proverbs is found in chapter 21, verse 31. It's the last verse of the chapter. But the verse before it kind of ties in the thought here. And so I'll read both verses, 30 and 31. There is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. Verse 31, the horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. So what does this mean applicably to us in our lives? I was just talking with a friend of mine this morning, and he's a business owner, I'm a business owner, and we're talking about our efforts, where we put our efforts. And the thought was, or just what we're talking about, is how you can be going after something so hard, changing your business, dialing everything in, making it successful in how it flows and monetarily. No one's in business to not make money, so talking finances here as well. But that we can be chasing after those things, going full bore after those things, and not having the success that we could have if God's hand isn't on it. So we were talking about things like just making a move, making a sales call, for example. It's something I didn't realize that I have to do in gym business, owning a gym, but making sales calls is part of the gig, even with that. And what I said to him is, one call with God's hand on it is worth more than 100 calls on my own effort. And I truly believe that. There is no wisdom that we have, no plan that we have that is going to succeed against God, that is going to be better than what he has. We can prepare the horse for battle. We can do all the right things, be as prepared as possible. And yet victory ultimately remains with God. So being in tune with God, committing what we do to him, as Solomon said earlier in Proverbs, and having him establish our steps, establish our plans, and having his hand over whatever it is that we're doing, whatever battle it is, if you want to use that word, rather it's business or relationships or whatever the case may be, having God's hand over what we're doing and covering us, we will be more successful, more victorious in that case than if we're going to fight just simply on our own. So really cool verse that I think lays that out, and that's ultimately what it's meaning applicably in our lives. Proverbs a day, day 20, chapter 21. I'll see you on the next one.